This video is based on the technical analysis of the Dow Jones index, which we also refer to as US30. And as you guys can see at this point, we are on the monthly chart. And one thing that I can see that is very much interesting about this particular chart is that it looks very much similar to the Nasdaq 100 chart, in that we have this level over here, which was the previous all-time high, as you guys can see. And what's likely to happen is that the market may push down to around where we have the previous all-time high, and at that point is where a lot of institutions such as insurers and banks and likes, pushing the market further up. And that's exactly what also happened here, where we saw price creating an all-time high prior to this level, and then going up, closing above that level, and then in the future coming back to the level to give it a test. And as you can see at that level again, we saw the market come back to the previous all-time high and then pushing the market further up, right? So that's exactly what may possibly happen here, where we have the previous all-time high, and as I said, we may see the market come back there, and at that point we may see again price push further up. I'm just going to mark that level because it's very much important. There we go, more or less it's the previous all-time high, right? And what else do we see on the monthly chart? I don't see much really. Set down to the weekly chart, and here we are on the weekly chart. And in regards to the weekly chart, we can actually see that we're starting to see some sideways movement in and around that area, and that tells us that we may potentially actually see the market come back to that level. And as I said, that level is where we may look for potential buy opportunities. But what else do we see in regards to the weekly chart? I don't see much. I'm just gonna head down to the daily chart, and here we are on the daily chart. And again, now that we're on the daily chart, we can see that we seem to have some sideways movement, and a strong indication that the market may potentially move further down to that level. And in fact, before we proceed, I just want to start off by adding my daily channel. Let's see, how would I add my daily channel, more or less? Just bear with me. So more or less, we could say that that would be our daily channel. There we go, there we go, there we go, right? And as I said, guys, we can see that at this point in time we have this block over here, and price seems to be moving sideways, and it is giving us an indication that we may see potentially a retracement of price to around this level. And at that level is where again we may potentially look for buy opportunities, right? But let's zoom in and see what's happening on the daily chart. On the daily chart, we can see also that the market had given us an overextended M structure here, which had a neckline at that point. Price broke to the bottom side of that neckline, went up to the neckline to test it, but unfortunately the neckline was not able to hold the market, where we saw price disregard that market, or rather that neckline, and continue to move further up, right? To add to this, as much as we had this failed double top or M structure, the market again gave us what seems to be a bigger double top there, which also has a neckline at that point. I hope you guys can see that. So what this tells us is that should price close below that neckline, let me just actually add it. So we could say that this is the neckline of our double top or M structure. And as I was saying, should price actually close below the neckline, which is over here of that double top, as well as close below the channel, chances are we are going to see the market move further down, and possibly to around this level, which is that level that I spoke about, which is the previous all-time high, and it's now also a very strong level of support. And at this point over here is where we would look for potential buy opportunities, and that's the level where I said a lot of institutions and insurers and the like will be looking to to enter, right? But what else do we see, guys, in regards to the daily chart? Let's have a look. I don't see much really. I'm just gonna head down to the H4 chart. Let's see. Here we are on the H4 chart. Just bear with me, guys. I just want to fix my my channel just to make sure that everything's in order. Let's have a look. There we go. Right. And here we are on the H4 chart, guys. And just to recap, remember on the, if I can just zoom out a bit, remember on the daily chart we spoke about how the market has now given us this huge double top or M structure, which has a neckline there, right? And if I can just zoom out again, I said that should price close below this neckline as well as below this trend line, chances are we're going to see the market actually move further down to around possibly, right, this level over here, and at that level is where we would look for potential buy opportunities. But here we are on the 8-4 chart, and let's have a look. What do we see on the 8-4 chart? Right, on the 8-4 chart, I can see also that the market had given us this double top here, which similarly had a neckline there. We saw price break into the bottom side of that neckline and then heading back up to the neckline to give it a test. And this is where we should have looked for potential sell opportunities, right? We should have looked for potential sell opportunities. But in as far as at this point in time buy opportunities go, I don't see any. I would say that the best thing to do, in my very, very humble opinion, is to rather wait for price to close below this neckline as well as to violate this trend line. Then once that happens, the safe thing to do actually would be to again wait for price to head back to the area to give it a test, and at that point is where I would look for potential sell opportunities. And should I find any good sell opportunities at that point, my take profit would be, if I can just zoom out, my take profit would be this level over here, because it is the previous all-time high area, and it's also a very strong level of support at this point in time. I hope you guys can see that.